Imagine this: a tiny bottle sitting quietly in your kitchen. You've probably walked past it 100 times. Seems harmless, right? But what if I told you? This humble yellow liquid has been used for over 2,000 years, and science is finally catching up. One recent study from the Journal of Functional Foods showed that just 15 milliliters of apple cider vinegar a day could significantly lower blood sugar spikes in people with prediabetes. And that's just the beginning. Yes, apple cider vinegar. The same stuff you've seen in grandma's cabinet, or in flashy TikTok health hacks. But this isn't just another trendy bottle. This is a forgotten remedy with ancient roots, so powerful, even Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, used it to treat wounds and respiratory infections. So the real question is this just another overhyped health fad? Or is there real, evidence-based magic hiding inside that bottle? Could you be missing out on life-changing benefits? Or worse, using it the wrong way and hurting your body? In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden science, surprising benefits, and real risks of apple cider vinegar. We'll uncover how to use it the right way and the shocking mistakes most people make. But before we uncover all of that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips so you never miss a health secret that could change your life. All right, let's get started. The amazing health benefits of apple cider vinegar. Benefit 1. Supports digestion and acid reflux relief. Let's start with something most seniors don't realize. As we age, our stomachs actually produce less stomach acid, not more. It's called hypochlorhydria, and it's incredibly common after age 60. Yet many mistake it for acid overproduction and end up taking antacids, which can make things worse. A study published in Alimentary Pharmacology and Therapeutics found that nearly 40% of adults over age 65 have low stomach acid, but still experience symptoms like bloating, heartburn, and acid reflux. How ironic, right? Apple cider vinegar helps here in a surprising way. It naturally supplements your stomach acid, especially if taken before meals with water. This helps your digestive enzymes break down food more efficiently, reducing gas, indigestion, and those uncomfortable acid backups. Apple cider vinegar also contains natural prebiotics, mainly pectin. These prebiotics feed your good gut bacteria, the probiotics. And as seniors, our microbiome diversity drops significantly, weakening digestion and immune function. According to a 2021 study in Nature Reviews Gastroenterology and Hepatology, gut bacteria diversity declines by up to 50% in adults over 70. That's a big deal. So by feeding your gut's good bacteria with prebiotics from apple cider vinegar, you're not just improving digestion, you're boosting your immune system, your energy, even your brain function. One important warning, though. Never take apple cider vinegar straight. Always dilute it in water to protect your teeth and esophagus. 1 teaspoon in a glass of warm water is usually a good starting point for seniors. Sip it slowly, about 15 to 20 minutes before your meal. And if you're on medications like diuretics, insulin, or heart meds, talk to your doctor first. ACV can interact with certain drugs. Benefit 2. Improves heart health. Heart disease is still the #1 killer of seniors in the United States. And what's worse? Many of the warning signs are silent until it's too late. But did you know that something as simple as apple cider vinegar might actually help protect your heart? According to a small clinical study published in the Journal of Functional Foods, participants who consumed 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar daily for 12 weeks saw a significant drop in triglyceride levels and a moderate improvement in HDL, the good cholesterol. Meanwhile, LDL, or bad cholesterol, also showed a reduction. Now, I'm not saying it's a magic pill, But as a cardiologist with 40 years of experience, I've seen enough early evidence, especially from animal studies and pilot human trials, to say this: apple cider vinegar is worth including in a heart-healthy routine, especially for seniors. Let me share a patient story. Mrs. Linda Walker, 68, from North Carolina, came to me after her annual checkup showed elevated LDL and high triglycerides. She didn't want to jump straight into statins. So we made small lifestyle changes, including a daily dose of diluted apple cider vinegar before dinner. 3 months later, her LDL had dropped by 18 points. Her HDL rose slightly. Triglycerides? Down by 22%. More importantly, she felt better, less sluggish after meals, and her blood pressure became more stable too. So why might apple cider vinegar help the heart? Well, researchers believe it works through several pathways. It improves insulin sensitivity, which helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce fat buildup in arteries. It may also reduce oxidative stress, a major contributor to arterial plaque. In animal studies, rats fed a high cholesterol diet plus vinegar showed lower total cholesterol and triglyceride levels compared to those without vinegar. That's promising, especially as we look for natural food-based strategies to protect aging hearts. Now, let's talk symptoms. You may not feel high cholesterol, but your body might give subtle signs. Fatigue after eating heavy meals, shortness of breath during light activity, high blood pressure or sudden dizziness, or family history of early heart attacks. If any of these ring a bell, your heart may be quietly struggling. Here's my advice as a doctor. Don't rely on vinegar alone. It's a supportive tool, not a cure. Combine it with a balanced diet rich in omega-3s, fiber, and exercise, and always dilute it. 1 teaspoon in water before meals is usually safe for most seniors. Oh, and if you're on heart medications, blood thinners, or diuretics, check with your physician first. Benefit 3. Helps control blood pressure. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer for a reason. Most seniors feel fine, until something goes terribly wrong. But what if a simple pantry staple could offer gentle, natural support? Let's talk about acetic acid, the main compound in apple cider vinegar. In animal studies, like the one published in Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry, acetic acid was shown to lower blood pressure by inhibiting the enzyme renin. Renin plays a major role in tightening blood vessels and increasing pressure. By slowing it down, the blood vessels stay more relaxed. Now, here's the catch. Most of the research so far has been done on lab rats or mice. Human trials are still limited, but promising. For seniors, this matters more than you think. As we age, our arteries naturally stiffen, especially if we've had years of poor diet or stress. That stiffness leads to higher resistance, forcing the heart to pump harder. Even a small reduction of 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury in systolic pressure can dramatically reduce the risk of stroke or heart failure. According to the American Heart Association, every 20-point rise above 120 millimeters of mercury doubles your risk of cardiovascular death. How do you know if your blood pressure is creeping up? Watch for these signs. Frequent morning headaches, dizziness when standing, blurred vision or ringing in the ears, nosebleeds without clear reason, or just feeling tired more often than usual. But remember, many people feel nothing at all. That's why routine checks are critical. My advice is this. If you're managing your blood pressure without medications, apple cider vinegar can be a gentle addition, not a replacement. Start low. 1 teaspoon in warm water once a day. Track your numbers. Stay consistent. And never skip your regular doctor visits. If you're on meds like ACE inhibitors or diuretics, Always talk to your provider before adding vinegar. Benefit 4. Lowers blood sugar. Let's talk about blood sugar, because it's not just a diabetes issue anymore. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans over age 65 is now living with prediabetes. That means their blood sugar spikes after meals, but often goes unnoticed, until it's too late. Apple cider vinegar may offer a surprising layer of protection. According to a study published in Diabetes Care, taking vinegar before a high-carb meal reduced blood sugar spikes by up to 34% in people with insulin resistance. That's not a small drop. That's a serious difference. How does it work? Apple cider vinegar slows down the digestion of starch, meaning sugar enters the bloodstream more gradually. This reduces post-meal glucose spikes, a key factor in preventing long-term damage to organs like your eyes, kidneys, and nerves. It also improves insulin sensitivity, which is especially helpful for older adults, as insulin receptors tend to become less responsive with age. For seniors, these glucose swings are more than just annoying. Over time, they damage blood vessels, especially in the eyes, causing blurry vision, kidneys, raising creatinine, and nerves, leading to tingling in the hands and feet. Even mild improvements in blood sugar can delay or prevent complications like neuropathy and diabetic retinopathy. So, what are the signs your blood sugar might be out of control? Feeling extremely tired after meals, blurred vision in the afternoon, sudden cravings for sweets or snacks, tingling or numbness in your feet, or waking up in the middle of the night feeling hungry or sweaty. If any of those sound familiar, your blood sugar may be silently fluctuating. Benefit 5. Reduces belly fat. Let's face it, belly fat is more than just a cosmetic issue. In seniors, abdominal fat is strongly linked to insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and inflammation. Visceral fat, the type that wraps around your organs, is especially dangerous and much harder to lose with age. Apple cider vinegar may offer real support here. A study published in the Journal of Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry showed that participants who consumed 1 to 2 tablespoons of vinegar daily for 12 weeks lost significantly more belly fat compared to the placebo group. And their waist circumference dropped too. So how does it work? The key is acetic acid, the active compound in vinegar. It helps suppress genes that store fat and may increase the expression of genes involved in fat burning. It also affects hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which regulate appetite and satiety. That's especially important for older adults whose metabolism has slowed and hunger cues become less predictable. In seniors, reducing abdominal fat is about more than weight. It's about organ protection. Too much visceral fat can impair liver function, disrupt hormones, and increase the risk of heart disease and dementia. According to the Mayo Clinic, excess belly fat in adults over 60 is a key predictor of frailty, metabolic syndrome, and early mortality. That makes managing it a non-negotiable part of healthy aging. Here's what I tell my older patients. Don't chase crash diets. Focus on metabolic support. That includes sleep, fiber, walking, and yes, natural tools like apple cider vinegar. Start with 1 teaspoon in water before meals. Be consistent. And always listen to your body. And please, don't use vinegar as a quick fix. It's part of a long-term strategy, not a miracle. Benefit 6. Supports weight loss. Weight loss after 60 isn't just harder, it's different. Muscle mass declines, metabolism slows, and the body becomes more resistant to change. That's why even small, sustainable tools like apple cider vinegar can be so helpful for older adults. Let's look at the data. A study published in the Journal of Functional Foods found that participants who consumed 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar per day for 12 weeks lost an average of 1.9 kilograms, that's about 4.2 pounds, without changing their diet or exercise habits. That's a meaningful shift, especially in seniors, where even 5 pounds can improve joint pain, blood sugar, and heart health. Apple cider vinegar has been shown to increase satiety, or the feeling of fullness, by slowing gastric emptying. This means food stays in the stomach longer, and people naturally eat less without forcing themselves to diet. It may also lower post-meal insulin spikes, helping the body store less fat after meals. In older adults, managing appetite is often more important than counting calories. Our hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, become less reliable with age. Apple cider vinegar may help rebalance that signaling, so your body knows when it's had enough. And that has ripple effects across the board. Better sleep, improved digestion, and reduced inflammation. So how do you know your appetite may be working against you? Do you feel full but still find yourself eating more? Do cravings hit hardest after dinner or before bed? Has your weight crept up despite smaller meals? Or do you feel snacky even when you're not hungry? If so, your body may be sending confused signals. Benefit 7. Soothes sore throat. Sore throats in older adults aren't just irritating, they can be more persistent and harder to heal. That's because as we age, immune function weakens and mucosal tissues dry out, making us more prone to irritation and infection. Apple cider vinegar can offer a gentle, natural solution. Thanks to its mild antibacterial properties, mainly due to acetic acid, it's been used for centuries as a natural throat rinse. In fact, the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine highlights that diluted apple cider vinegar may help reduce throat inflammation and fight common pathogens that cause minor infections. I usually recommend 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a cup of warm water as a gargle. Do this 2 to 3 times a day when symptoms first appear. It can soothe scratchiness, reduce swelling, and may help prevent the infection from progressing. But never use it undiluted. It's too harsh and can damage the throat lining, especially in older adults with more delicate tissues. Let me share a patient story. Mr. Alvin Brooks, 74, from South Carolina, called me complaining of a mild sore throat that lingered for days. He didn't have a fever, but his voice was hoarse and swallowing was uncomfortable. We ruled out strep, and instead of antibiotics, I had him gargle diluted apple cider vinegar 3 times a day. By day 4, he called back. Voice clearer, pain nearly gone, and no meds needed. Just consistency and something already in his pantry. For seniors, even a mild sore throat can affect quality of life. It can make eating unpleasant, disturb sleep, and in some cases, trigger coughing fits that elevate blood pressure or strain the chest. Soothing it early, naturally, and safely matters more than most people realize. Benefit 8. Supports skin care. Skin becomes more fragile as we age. It thins, loses elasticity, and becomes prone to dryness, irritation, and infection. For seniors, maintaining skin integrity isn't about vanity. It's about comfort, protection, and preventing serious complications. Apple cider vinegar can support aging skin in a gentle, natural way. Thanks to its acetic acid and mild alpha hydroxy acids, AHAs, diluted ACV may help restore the skin's pH balance, soothe inflammation, and improve moisture retention. According to a review published in Dermatology Reports, apple cider vinegar may also help reduce bacteria and fungi on the skin, especially in those with eczema-prone or sensitive skin. I usually recommend diluting 1 part ACV with 2 to 3 parts water. then applying it gently with a cotton pad, especially to dry or irritated areas like the arms, legs, or neck. Never apply it undiluted, especially on thin or cracked skin. Seniors have more delicate skin layers, and using it too strong can cause burning or redness. In older adults, skin dryness can lead to cracks, infections, and discomfort that interferes with sleep and mobility. Moisture loss is more rapid in seniors due to reduced oil production and slower cell turnover. That's why gentle, pH-balancing solutions like apple cider vinegar can be helpful. It can also help reduce mild itchiness, balance the microbiome of the skin, and improve the appearance of dull, tired-looking areas. Here's my practical advice. Start with a diluted solution of apple cider vinegar. Test it on a small patch of skin. Use it once daily, ideally after showering. Always follow up with a gentle, fragrance-free moisturizer, and avoid any broken or inflamed areas. If you have eczema, diabetes, or are prone to skin infections, check with your doctor first. Benefit 9. Reduces bad breath. Bad breath isn't just a social issue. It can be a sign of deeper problems, especially in older adults. Dry mouth, poor digestion, and bacterial overgrowth all become more common with age. And sometimes brushing and mouthwash simply aren't enough. Apple cider vinegar may offer a natural solution. Its acetic acid content has mild antibacterial properties, which may help reduce the growth of odor-causing bacteria, including Helicobacter pylori, a known contributor to both bad breath and stomach issues. A study published in Helicobacter Journal found that acetic acid may suppress the growth of H. pylori in vitro. While more human studies are needed, it's a promising direction, especially for seniors who want gentle, food-based support. Here's how I usually recommend using it. Dilute 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water and swish it gently for 30 seconds before spitting it out. Do this once a day, preferably in the morning after brushing. It can help neutralize oral pH, reduce harmful bacteria, and leave your mouth feeling fresher without the alcohol burn of conventional mouthwash. In seniors, chronic bad breath often has less to do with oral hygiene and more to do with digestion, dry mouth, or gut bacteria imbalances. Saliva production drops with age, which allows bacteria to multiply faster. Also, acid reflux or slow digestion can cause foul-smelling gases to rise up through the esophagus. Apple cider vinegar may help improve gut acidity, support digestive function, and reduce the microbial imbalance that contributes to halitosis. Benefit 10. Kills harmful microorganisms. Infections don't always announce themselves loudly, especially in older adults. They can start subtly, a little fatigue, minor bloating, slight irritation. But behind the scenes, harmful microbes like Candida albicans and E. coli can grow rapidly and cause major issues if left unchecked. Apple cider vinegar offers a surprising ally in this battle. The key is acetic acid, which has been shown to possess broad-spectrum antimicrobial properties. According to a study published in the Journal of Food Protection, acetic acid can inhibit the growth of Candida yeast, E. coli, and even Staphylococcus aureus. This makes it a powerful natural aid for supporting the body's internal and external defenses. In seniors, immune response slows down. That means microbes that are harmless in younger bodies, like Candida in the gut or E. coli on the skin, can cause full-blown infections when balance is lost. What makes apple cider vinegar especially helpful is that it works both topically and internally. It can be used as a gentle cleanser for the skin, scalp, or even added to foot soaks to help with fungal issues. So, what started as a simple kitchen staple might just be one of the most underrated health tools for older adults. From calming acid reflux to softening skin, from balancing blood sugar to gently fighting harmful microbes. Apple cider vinegar proves that nature still knows best. But remember, it's not about trends or quick fixes. It's about small, consistent actions that add up over time. Your body deserves that kind of care. So if you've learned something new today, or if you're inspired to give this ancient remedy a try, go ahead and take that first step. And hey, if this helped you, it might help someone else too. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips, because aging well shouldn't be a secret. It should be a movement.